Hi, I'm Ritesh and you're watching Dancing with Data. Today we are going to talk about how to highlight a single row, complete end to end from left to right. Basically, when you have so many records over there, so it makes sense to highlight so that you can focus, when you're going from left to right. So there are different ways to do that. I like this one, but there is a problem with this one as well. Before we move forward, this is my website learnwithritesh.graphy.com where you will find a lot of content with respect to Power BI and Tableau talking about data analytics for sure. This link will be there at description and comment section to do not miss that. A lot of free content for you. So I'll tell you all the advantages and disadvantages as well on the way. So let's move ahead and focus on how to highlight a single row or how to highlight and expand a single row. Please let me know which method you really like, number one, two, or the third one. First, you have already seen the preview. In the second method, you can see that it will not only highlight, but it will expand as well, and you can just go back to the original position as well. This is the second way. And the third one is where you have both the sheets visible in the same page itself. And if you click on any particular order ID, it will highlight and little bit expand as well the other sheet where you can just go and focus. I think this is the only video where you will have three different methods. So do focus on the way so that you can learn it properly and implement in your next project. Okay, let's start with the first one. Before we do it from scratch, let us try to understand the main funda behind this logic. So there is a row band option with Tableau. So we want to take advantage of the same. So the alternate band means one row is of lighter shade, say white in this case, and another one is darker than light than dark. So that's the one. What we need to do is we need to divide our records into three different parts. Where the center one is the one where you are just clicking. In this case, Neil. Anything above or below can be the second or third group, say category. After that, we make use of parameter action. First of all, let's go. First step for this very particular first method would be to create a parameter, and that parameter should be of type string, and this should be getting its value in the form of list when the workbook open, and it should get order ID from the order ID field that you have, right? So we already have this one as select row. So I'll just go back and just show you that one. Here you go, select rows and current value list. Okay, so select row. So as I said that we need to divide this into three different groups over there. So there is already one simple calculation. So I don't want to write that one. So that's the one. Order ID less than select rows, then one. Else if order ID is equal to select row, then two. So basically with this very particular formula or calculation, we are dividing or we are creating three categories or three groups. So one is the one that you have selected. Other one, anything less than your order IDs, that will be labeled as one. Anything more than your order ID will be labeled as three. So this very particular field will act as a dummy field. Let's go back to your original dashboard. So if I open this original dashboard, so this field will be on the left hand side, but ensure that you uncheck the show header because we don't want to show this field. This is a dummy field, but this will help you to create that magic. Okay, let me go back to highlight each row dashboard, and we do have the parameter. So remember, this will be your configuration, row banding, pane, header color, then band size should be 1 and label should be 0. Whenever you will add an additional field, this label will move to the position number 1, but you will have to bring that back to the level 0 every time you add a field. So that's a manual work that you need to do. So right now you can see that the already selected or already order ID getting highlighted. Now this order ID is there in the parameter select row. But if you want this effect, once you click on any other of the order IDs over there, then you need to ensure that you have enabled the action. So you go to action, and this will be parameter action. So there is already that action, but if you want me to show you how to create this from the scratch, I can do that. So we are doing this on product detail use case 2 on this one. Target parameter will be select row, and this should get its value from order ID. So you will have this configuration, right? So I can just cancel it and open the original one that we already have. So yeah, okay. And now if I just go and click on Dennis Kane, and it will show you entire row with highlight. So this is the first method, and I'll also paste a related video in my description from where this inspiration. But the second and third method I'm giving you from my side, and you need to let me that whether you like the first method or the second or third method in the comment section. The second method is a bit different. If I click on Tracy, now it expand. It's not only highlight, but it expand as well. So the important concept over here is dynamic zone visibility that you should know. If you're new to dynamic zone visibility, I would suggest you to go through this blog. Dynamic zone visibility is a relatively newer concept that is pretty handy in order to make your dashboards more dynamic. It allows you to hide or reveal zones, tiled or floating dashboard elements. So you create a parameter or a field, and on the value of that Boolean parameter or Boolean field, you can hide or unhide certain zones of your dashboard. This link will be there at description or comment section, so you can go through it, and I have other videos as well. You can those videos there as well. So maybe if you go to your layout, this is something which you might not see in the older version, where you have the option to control visibility of your layout by setting this very particular option to a Boolean parameter or a Boolean calculation. You might have got the illusion of me, expanding a row over there, but actually these are two different sheets over there. So if I am clicking over there, you can see how this is getting swapped. You can notice on the left hand side. Yes. So the arrangement of these two sheets should be within vertical container, because that will help you to give that effect of you expanding that very particular row, but actually it is not. So yes, you do need a duplicate sheet over here, unlike the first method. The first step is to create a Boolean parameter, a simple Boolean parameter with data type Boolean, and the default value over there should be true. The first step, create a Boolean parameter. Now the next step is to create two calculations over there. One is your order ID is equal to 0, 0. You have to give a number over there or a string over there, which will never be equal to order ID. So by default, if you see, this should be always false. On the other hand, you need to create another calculation which says that order ID should not be equal to 0000. So this will, if you see, more or less, this will be true. This should be true all the time. There is one more calculation that we are going to make use of, that is anti-Boolean, which is nothing but it will throw value which will be opposite to Boolean parameter. Now, why we are doing this, you will surely understand this later when we will make use of a few actions over there. Okay, now we have got these sets of values, and for a while we need to add these value to our fields over there so that you understand what is going on. So I've dragged these values over there so that we can understand. So for now, if you see the Boolean parameter, the default value is true that I've showed you. Do not display if you know that, all the time the order ID's value will not be equal to 0000. So that's why this will be true all the way and this will be false all the way. Okay, now let us go back to the main dashboard and try to understand again. The next step is to control visibility using value Boolean parameter. So if this is true, then this very particular sheet will be visible. Similarly, for the highlight sheet, will ensure that this is equal to anti-Boolean, right? So that at one time only one sheet is visible. So that is equal to Boolean. This is equal to anti-Boolean. Okay. Now we need to create three actions over there. If we go to dashboard, I'll just explain all the three actions over there. So I go to this sheet. So there are three actions. This action is needed so that you exactly get the same order ID when you're trying to click on the product detail. So you should expand the same order ID. So that's why you need one filter action. So that is this filter action. Okay, I come out of this one. So this sheet is visible. So let us start from this one itself. So it says that this acts on the product detail. This is the one. Target parameter is Boolean parameter. And this will get value from display on order ID, right, which is false now. That means once I click on this one, the Boolean parameter will become false. So that means that this will become invisible, what you see in front of you now. Right now, this is true. That's very good. But once I click on this one, the source field will become display on order ID selection, which is false for now. So if I click on this one, so if I come out of this, so you know what is going to happen. So I click on this and you can see the Boolean parameter got its value from display ID and you can see it is false now. And when Boolean parameter is false, anti-Boolean is true, and that's why you see this one. Now let us see the other action. which actually we opened the first time itself. Uh, this one, yeah, this one. So it says that this will get its field from do not display on order ID once I click. So what is there? Do not display on order. That means once I click on this sheet now, this true will come to boolean parameter, which is false for now. And once boolean parameter will become false, anti boolean will become true. Oh, sorry. Once boolean parameter become true, same thing. Anti boolean will become false. So in that case, this sheet will go off, and again the other sheet will come up. So I'll do that. I'll just say okay, okay, and click there. And here you go. So this is the funda behind that. Here you go. So let us now move to the last one, which is the easiest of all, where you are going to highlight on the same page. So in this case, you just need two sheets again. But in this case, the difference is that once you click on a particular order ID, basically, you will see that, uh, that very particular order ID is being highlighted, and also it is a bit expanded as well. So in this case also you need two sheets which will be visible. That's the difference with respect to the other previous one. So that's why this is easier. What you need to do is you need to just go and you can say this as use as filter, as simple as that, and it will work for you smoothly. So these were the three methods. I would like you to tell me that which method you like the most. रितेश साइनिंग फ्रॉम डांसिंग विद डेटा, क्योंकि डेटा ही दाता है, क्या तुमको सब कुछ आता है?